Find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
Welcome to The Ugly Radio on the Podmoth Network, a lo-fi sci-fi audio theater anthology series made for late nights and strong drinks. Join us monthly as we broadcast a pirate signal across time and space, featuring stories, songs, and frequencies from a rotating list of voice actors, writers, storytellers, and musicians. If you're looking for high-quality science fiction, skin-crawling horror, and other genre fiction, listen to The Ugly Radio on the Podmoth Network, now available wherever you get your podcasts. The Ugly Radio. See you in the void.
This podcast contains strong language and adult situations and may not be suitable for those who are easily offended. Welcome to the Fuck My Work Life podcast, where the work stories are real, the laughs are contagious, and most of us can agree that work sucks. So let's clock out and tune in. Welcome to Coffee Break, fuckers.
Welcome, fuckers.
I'm Kay.
I'm Jay.
And this is a Fuck My Work Life mini-sode to get you through your work week.
Because we know you're going to lose your shit if you don't hear our voices at least once a week.
Yeah, I'm sure people are just like, oh my God, I miss them so much.
Yeah, we're podfluencers.
We love the podfluencers. So this is the first of our little coffee break mini-sode. So we're just going to kind of, share articles we find about work things or, discussions that were had on Reddit or Twitter amongst our people. So going off last week's episode, go listen to that about shitty coworkers and weird coworkers and that kind of stuff.
Old men who
old pervs
inevitably sexually harass someone.
Everyone. Yeah. So we've got some more along those lines that we're going to share with you today. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy, or whatever. Okay. So I'm going to share a story, actually, an article from read.ko.uk called 11 of the Worst People You Can Work With, written by Amber Rolfe. So it says, unfortunately, you can't choose your work colleagues. No matter where you work or how long you've worked there, you're bound to have come across your fair share of irritating team members, whether it's that they're slightly annoying or downright unbearable. We've covered some irritating office habits and annoying phrases, but here are 11 of the worst people you can and probably do work with. So the first one is the slacker. Yes. Have you worked with a slacker?
Fuck yeah.
Who hasn't? So they are characterized by their unique talent of doing nothing, but looking like they're doing something. Yep. Most commonly found pretending to talk about work on their 10th break of the day or playing games on their phone in the bathroom or sometimes out in the open.
Yeah.
You want to read the next one?
One of my favorites, the suck-up. Characterized by their shameless efforts to persuade their boss to put them above everyone else. Also, particularly skilled at making it seem like everything was their idea. Where you'll see them? Having banter with senior staff, giving the thumbs up, or confessing their self-proclaimed greatness within close proximity of their boss.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jesus.
And here we go. She's like, you stopped the full one. Fuck your coffee break. Me. Oh, she howling.
All right, next on the list, we have the gossiper. I think this is me.
I I think this is everyone.
Characterized by their knowledge of everything and everyone, whether it's an office romance, suspected affair, or someone's getting sacked, the gossiper is always the first to turn it into a game of Chinese whispers. What is Chinese whispers?
Racist.
Most commonly found by the water cooler, starting conversations with, "Did you hear?" or covering their tracks with abrupt subject changes. Yeah, that's me.
You know, I hear about people hanging out at the water cooler a lot. I never see it at work. I think I'm going to start doing it.
Just hanging out there? You
Just
should.
hanging out at the water cooler.
You totally should.
People walk by and be like, "Hey, did you hear?"
Will you please?
Hey, have you heard about Bob? He's got some big balls.
Yeah,
Master manipulator.
What about Chad, that lazy motherfucker?
Oh, that lazy fuck. Have you seen him when he ran earlier? What do you think? Number 1 or number 2 when he ran to the bathroom?
Hey, did you hear about the girl with the sock puppet? That's
yeah.
weird.
That bitch is crazy. She's going to kill somebody.
You should totally do that and then share what people tell you on the podcast.
Number 4 on the list is the oversharer, characterized by an unstoppable urge to bring up every aspect of their personal life. Spending time with them is almost like live streaming someone else's diary. You don't really care, but you also can't stop listening. Most commonly found, sharing intimate details of their life, asking others how to improve their online dating profile, or crying.
Yeah, that's me too. You don't want to get the oversharer and the gossiper together because that's a deadly combination. Next, we have the hothead, characterized by their inability to deal with anything calmly. They're loose cannons, unpredictable, angry, and rarely seen without a red face, meaning working alongside one is slightly terrifying. They're most commonly found screaming, shouting, swearing, or wildly flailing their arms in a rage.
I've never ran into one of those.
I worked with one that very rarely would fly off into a rage like this, and it was never directed at anyone. It was just directed at the world in general.
Yeah.
Like he threw a phone across a conference room.
Okay.
But it wasn't, he was usually a very like even keel, friendly person, but he had his moments.
Yeah.
He was also rich as fuck.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's allowed to have those moments.
Yeah. Next one.
My least favorite. Number 6, the micromanager.
Oh, God. Does anybody like a micromanager?
Micromanagers, they fucking love themselves.
Well, they probably don't like to be micromanaged themselves.
Characterized by their constant need to interfere with every task you're set. No matter how competent you are, the micromanager will take control and make you wonder why they asked you to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
Most commonly found everywhere.
All the places. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you want it done that way, fucking do it yourself or fucking do it yourself.
Yeah. Or no. If you want it done a certain way and you are going to, like, you're a manager and you want things done a certain way, say it.
Yeah.
Communicate to the people that this is how you want it done. But micromanagers won't do that. They'll give you this false sense of hope.
Independence.
Of independence that I need you to do this. But then when you start doing it, it's like, oh, you did it that way. I would have done it this way. Okay. Moving forward, you should do this and this and this. And it's like, well, do you want to just do it?
Yeah. Next, we have the complainer. This is also me. Characterized by a penchant for venting, moaning, being sad. It's me. The complainer is a stranger to silver linings, swings and roundabouts, and bright sides, and is much happier talking about the rain, how tired they are, their workload, or how Tim from accounts stole their mug. Most commonly found pointing out problems, asking when they can go home, or complaining about insert any subject here. That's me.
I'm just going to stay quiet.
I try to pull myself out of it occasionally.
This one, number 8, the overworker.
Making everyone look bad.
characterized by their flustered expression and stressed out demeanor, which they desperately disguise with forced smiles and copious amounts of high stacked paperwork.
Who has paperwork anymore?
Clearly bitten off more than they can chew, but often used as proof that you could work harder. Most commonly found at work, working from home, working on holiday, working whilst asleep.
Oh my God.
You get the picture.
No. Why? Don't do that to yourself. All right, then we've got the talker, characterized by their ability to overthrow any meeting, conversation, or presentation with the sound of their own voice. The worst part, they never really have anything good to say. Most commonly found interrupting people, making bad jokes, or talking about themselves.
Number 10, the antagonist, characterized by their love of pointing out everyone's flaws. The antagonist spends most of their day searching for problems and has a field day at the expense of others when they find them. Most commonly found making mountains out of molehills or repeatedly exclaiming that they have to be cruel to be kind.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Fuck
Cruel
off.
to be kind. Ooh. Then we've got the snitch.
Oh, them motherfuckers get stitches.
This is the last one. Characterized by cunning attempts at dropping their colleagues in it. In what? Shit? Called in sick with a sprained ankle, the snitch will show your manager a video of you doing star jumps that same day. Oh, this is the UK. I think we call them jumping jacks here.
Oh.
Thanks for nothing, Sharon. Most commonly found eavesdropping on conversations, disguising statements with questions, or trawling social media for clues. So we'll have the link to this article in our show notes if you want to look it up yourselves. And so I feel like we work with all of those people. If not, we are one of them. There are definitely facets of some of those that I know I am, and I'm fully willing to admit that. So I asked for some coworker stories or like tidbits on Twitter, and we got some responses. So we're going to read a couple of those quickly. This one comes from Drinks and Things podcast. One coworker gave away my personal phone number that resulted in me getting frauded about $5,000.
Jesus Christ.
That fucking sucks.
From your phone number?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
This comes from Learn German Through Music podcast. I worked for a pizza place. We had a driver who would stop to sit down to eat at restaurants during his deliveries. That was pretty wild. I also used to work for a college library, and we had a classroom to teach classes how to do research. Once a professor asked if he could stay in the room after class to check email. We later went down to shut down the monitors and caught him looking at porn.
Was he jerking off?
I don't know. Same college, different department. We had a professor start showing up to teach class absolutely wasted, drunk as a skunk.
Fuck yeah.
He didn't last long. Then this comes from Matthew Shea at @what_Shea said. Once had a coworker spray open in-use poopery on my face like incense during a guided meditation, to ease stress.
What the fuck?
First of all, you're doing guided meditation at work? What kind of work do
With
you
poopery?
do? With poopery.
It's like, smells like oranges.
Chat Tsunami from the Chat Tsunami podcast said, during one of my volunteering jobs in a charity shop, we had a volunteer who was accused of stealing from the shop. That was a fun day.
Yeah.
How low can you go?
Well, you're volunteering. You're working for free. So if no one's looking, you might as well give it a shot.
I guess. This one comes from @SladePlaysGames. And they said, walked in on a coworker beating his meat.
Yeah.
Dude didn't lock the bathroom door.
Yeah.
You talked about a similar incident in our episode entitled Shit Show from season 1.
The old jackalope.
And then @KeithWasNotHere said, the strangest was a woman in another area, was fired for flashing several people. Not me. I didn't even know who she was. Another guy was fired for pointing a barcode laser scanner onto a woman's body and making inappropriate comments, as if the scanning wasn't enough. From the Fuck It, I'm 40 podcast, they said, the ones who say, that's not my job, when it's not anyone's job, but it's something that should get done to make the lives of everyone better, especially when it's not a hard job, just a task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
Then Brink of Sanity Show said, had a manager who would tell me to do something and then the next day ask why I did it and deny telling me to do it. Another accused me of faking a certification I received. Another would piss all over the toilet seats. All of these are from my last jobs, and there's more.
The piss thing.
Ugh, God, it's so gross.
Dude, our fucking stand-up urinals in the bathroom, I don't know what the fuck these people are doing with their dick when they're pissing, but not holding it or aiming it or anything, because it by like 11 o'clock in the afternoon, there's like a fucking puddle at the urinals, and it's like, how was it like 50 people who just a little bit didn't make it in the urinal, or was it one motherfucker who just was like off in La La Land pissing all over the floor?
Yeah, I mean, girls are just as gross in the bathroom. Faux show. Now we're going to go to some of the responses on Reddit. All right, you want to read the Reddit ones?
Okay.
So we asked on Reddit, what did I ask?
What is the worst coworker experience you've ever had?
That's right. That's what I asked.
Molly eat mole.
Okay.
Does she eat moles or?
Mm-hmm.
The Mr. Hyperactive, fucking annoying cunt he was. Squirrels20 responded, my karma is to work with every Italian Karen that exists.
I wonder what he does. Or they do.
Remote Direction 963. My coworker held a lighter in front of cleaning spray and aimed it at me, lit the lighter, and sprayed the cleaner, which created a mini flamethrower, and the fire almost touched me, and I reported the guy to my boss for attempting to burn me alive.
Jesus. Yeah, that wins for worst coworker, I think.
Yeah. Also, you're a snitch. It's just a little fire.
God.
I mean, what the fuck? You got two eyebrows.
Yeah,
you need both of them all the time.
Who needs skin?
Zinglon 500. I worked in a restaurant that my brother and mother bought. The thing is that his wife is a lazy bitch, so she wasn't doing anything, but was complaining about how tired she was. I stayed there for 2 years, and when I had enough, I left. But she continued to have the same behavior. My brother is blind because of love, so he decided that the issues that we had at the restaurant was because of our mother, so they had an argument, and my mother left the ship too. He is trapped with a bitch and doesn't listen to anyone.
Wow.
His family tried to tell him what's happening with her. His friends did, but he keeps saying that she is not the problem. So yeah, that's the worst coworker I've had.
Yeah.
This sounds like
Willow.
a professional should be hearing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Some family issues happening.
Flower Cat with 2 T's. This one chick that looked down on everyone else because she was the oldest. Her attitude was so nasty. Always tried to say that she's the only one that did anything. She talked shit about everyone, about every small little thing. Called out at least twice a week, every week. The kicker is she got fired for calling out so much.
Reminds me of that thread we read from the old dirty benches. She had that Twitter thread going of all the excuses that the girl used every day to call in to work.
The next one comes from Sleepy_Potato21. Had a CNA train me in a nursing home. Keep in mind, this is the first day I've ever worked on a nursing home floor. We went into a resident's room to help her get bathed, and she had a stage 4 bed sore. For those who don't know what this is, it's a pressure sore on the body, and stage 4 is like the worst of the worst. You can see the person's layers of skin and even their muscle and bones.
Oh,
fucking
God.
A.
Just fucking kill me. Don't put me in a nursing home, please. Just kill me.
Okay.
Like, not now.
Okay.
When the time comes.
Only a wound nurse is able to treat and or clean bed sores like this. It's against the law and not even in a CNA's practice to clean wounds. We went into the room and she literally said, "Don't do what I'm doing. I'm just helping out the nurse," and proceeded to clean the bed sore with soap and water.
Oof.
Left the soap in it, patched it up with gauze and put medical tape over top. I quit a few months later.
Oh, God.
Damn. The next one comes to us from Left Cho, Chaux. I think that's how you pronounce it, right?
Shoe.
It's
Shoe.
Oh.
Like shoe pastry.
Left shoe. Okay. I am in IT. I had a coworker that I shared an office with. He will take a dump during work hours, then come back to the office and share his experience with me, including the consistency of his poop
No.
and if it floats or sinks.
No one wants to know that.
I asked him many times to stop that crap, but to no avail. He would also come to work in hot pants. We don't have a dress code, but that was just inappropriate. The last straw was when he changed one of our managers, who was very overweight, desk phone display to say, Fat Bob.
Jesus.
He was gone the next day.
Was it Bob with the big balls?
The master manipulator. I feel like that should be like a fucking superhero.
Big Bob Balls, the master manipulator.
Bob with the big balls, the master manipulator.
Well, thank you everyone who wrote in and participated in our stupid coworker.
Yeah, thanks, fuckers.
Yeah, thanks, fuckers. And I hope you enjoyed your coffee break with us. And we'll see you next week for a full episode.
Back to work, fuckers.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Fuck My Work Life podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please follow, subscribe, rate, review, and tell your friends. Send your workplace stories to fmwlpod@gmail.com or call our rant line at 310-818-3273 for a chance to be featured on a future episode. For more fun, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at FMWLPod. You can also join our Discord community to chat with us and your fellow fuckers. We've got a Patreon where for $5 a month, you get early access to episodes, bonus content, and more. Grab yourself a t-shirt, pint glass, or yoga mat in our merch shop. All links can be found in the show notes. The Fuck My Work Life theme song is by Big Foss of the Chat Smash podcast. Remember, don't let the man get you down. Bye, fuckers.
But then my mind had blanked it.